Well, that is hurricane weather, and right now I'm at work in the library, as you know, and we have no power and no lights. So this is gonna be a pretty interesting day. So obviously, with no power at the library, it's time to do arts and crafts. So we're gonna make a little no power sign. Okay guys, we have no power. We have some pretty good little puddles outside, even though it's just concrete. I feel like I could almost even recreate my Louisiana flooded video, but I should not do that. Those are droplets on my phone. It is still misting, but the good news is we've made it back from work, and even though the backyard's a little damp and the quarter pipe's wet, but we're home, we can finally do some fun stuff. So here's the thing. So I've been riding the same biking gloves for a while now. They were these Miley gloves, which look a little wrinkly right now. Let's see if I can get these things put on my hand. These are the gloves I've been riding for a long time. They've been crashed in, they've been stained, they've been through a lot. And if you notice, my finger's kind of starting to poke through some of the places. Yeah, they've really been through some stuff. Even on my left hand, my finger's kind of poking through. They're kind of ripping at the seams. I've ridden these things really hard. They've been great. They weren't crazily expensive, and they fit my hands well. They're slim, and they do everything that I want a biking glove to do, but it's just time for them to go because they won't really stay up on my fingers like that. So I've finally upgraded, and I've gone from these to Alpine Stars. So these are my new Alpine Star gloves, and we're gonna be testing these out today. My only fear is that it's a little too wet to really do some proper bike riding, so I'm gonna have to test these things out for everything other than riding a bike in, which you kind of do with your gloves on. You know, if you're like me, you just kind of put your biking gloves on when you're ready to go for a ride, and then you send a text with them, you get a drink of water with your gloves on, and then you finally go get your bike. I don't know, we're gonna test that out, but let me tell you what these are real quick, just in case you're interested. They're called well, I can't read, Alder X Pro Light. I don't know if that means they're more lightweight or if they're scaled down of the Alder X Pros. Constructed from a stretchable spandex, they're perforated palm constructed durable synthetic suede to offer high levels of grip. That's what we need. I'm after high levels of grip. Innovative palm construction with stretch insert for a close fit. Lycra finger sidewalls for added flexibility. So basically what this says is that these gloves are grippy, they're flexible, they're durable, and they should make riding bikes great. The only thing they don't have is like magnets to help my hands kind of click back on the handlebars, but you know, it'll be fine. I'll just have to do some better riding. So hopefully I can ride the quarter pipe today. It's gonna be a little sketchy because when this plywood gets wet, there is not much grip. I'll need to ride extremely precise. But before we get to riding and probably crashing on this thing, let's just test these out with some normal everyday stuff you do with your mountain bike gloves if you're a little crazy bike rider like me. Sometimes you're just in your room and you'll go ahead and get all your biking gear on before you're actually ready to go out and ride, which means you might end up in a situation where you've got your gloves on and you've got to go and do some stuff before you're actually on your bike. I think the first thing is to be able to open a door, and these seem to do that pretty well. They were grippy, and then on your way outside, you kind of run across your cat, so you have to give your cat a pet. James, how would you rate this pet? How do these gloves feel? Is the texture on your fur good? I like my gloves to be able to be dexterous enough to do everything, so I can get my phone out of my pocket and they actually work on the screen. So if I need to send a text, I can do that. These things will work. They also fit pretty tightly around my fingers. My favorite thing about a glove is when they fit tight. So if I need to type something, I can actually type. Let's see how these work. Let me write a little reminder. And I can type in film a video, and if I had actually good spelling, then that would be the correct note. Sometimes if your glove fingers are a little bit bigger than your fingers, you can't type, but these actually work. And oh, let's see, I've got another reminder on here. What does this say? Do a daily handstand. Huh, we'll test them out doing that. Well, it looks like I have some pretty good grip right here right now. Even though the ground's wet, my hands aren't getting wet. Like, I'm nice and protected from the dirt. I think these are actually pretty great for handstands. We'll pop out of that. You know what? Maybe it's actually time that we should get a bike out because this is getting a little out of control. Now, obviously, before your bike ride, it's very important to get hydrated. So we're gonna get some water. We can open the cabinet. Can we grab the glass without it slipping? This is the riskiest part. Actually, these were a little slippier than I would like on glass, but it worked. We don't want any broken glass. Can I do this all with one hand? This is risky, but we're getting water. The water is going in the cup, and we turn it off. So far, this is the test that has done the worst. My fingers aren't super grippy on the glass, I guess because of the little suede texture there, but everything else has been pretty great. What about if you pull out your GoPro and you want to make sure all your GoPro settings are set? Sometimes it can be super tricky to get all your GoPro settings set while you have your batteries, while you have your gloves in your hands. I just was wondering why this wouldn't turn on. It doesn't have a battery in it. Let's see if we can open this battery door. And actually, I'm able to do that with these gloves on. That's a good bonus. We'll take the battery, pop it in, and then close the door. And again, we have to open up that little ledge and it closes. Great that we can do that with our thumbnail. Now let's turn it on. And with this thin little suede, I have enough texture feel to feel where that button is. I like that. Now, can I actually operate this? Look, we can, ooh. Can we swipe though? I don't think it's quite as great on the GoPro touchscreen as it is on my phone, but that could just be a GoPro thing. This isn't the worst. As long as you already have your GoPro settings set, you should be fine. Let's make sure max lens mode is on. Okay, max lens mode is on. So if we turn that off, oh, there we go. We just gotta swipe that away. I think everything kind of works okay. It's a little laggy on the GoPro, not quite as great on the phone. Oh, in time, the sun is coming out. Now, another of my big pet peeves with gloves is when they kind of start sliding down your wrist and up onto your palm. I think that it's gonna be a little bit better at that because I have a pretty decent, about 1 inch of elastic band around my wrist, kind of on a cuff there. Now, the downside is it's not a Velcro strap or something that I can tighten down. It might kind of work its way down a little bit like it kind of has right now, but I don't think it's gonna be as bad as it could. So I'm really interested to test these out. We're actually gonna get them on a bike and see, and I've been saying that for about 30 minutes now, but it's finally time to get them on the bike and ride with these gloves. Also, we have to trim the tags off. We can't have any itchy tags on our gloves while we ride. This is how big the tag is on these gloves. I don't know why I would need a tag this big. Cut that right off. That's gonna solve some big problems. These are size medium, by the way, just in case you're wondering. We're gonna whack that right off. Has no information on it that I need. I just want to know, how do these things ride a bike? Let's find out. I did not expect to get to ride bikes today because my bike was in the shop. In fact, I just got it back yesterday. Here, I'll play the clip. So the last time I was at the skate park, I actually blew up the rear hub on my mountain bike. Anyways, today my grandfather picked up my mountain bike from the bike shop, and it's got a new spank rear wheel set on it. I've never heard this hub. This is gonna be my first time hearing it, and I am so excited. Ooh, this is gonna be great. So this is gonna be my first time riding the spank wheel set. I'm really excited to test it out on the quarter pipe. It's actually dried out, the sun's out, should be an awesome afternoon. Also going from a 13 tooth rear sprocket to an 11 tooth rear sprocket. So this bike is faster, but it's a little bit harder to pedal. I'm interested to fill that out today. This is actually gonna be such a bad day to test out that rear sprocket because the ground is super wet and has a lot of friction right now. Let's see if we can do a manual over this box. Yeah. Manual work. See if we can do a 360 tire tap. Oppo bar, reg bar. Let's do our first trick on the quarter pipe. I'll do an X up. Wow, this is hard to pedal. I'm gonna have to go back to a 13 tooth, I'm pretty sure. Kind of a decent X up. Let's do a T-bog. Oh, we gotta pedal hard. And then we're gonna be going so fast. Oh, that was big. I'm really liking my gloves. They don't slide down on my palm much at all, and my fingers fit evenly in the tips of all the fingers of the glove, so they feel great on the grips. That was almost going to be a 360 fakie. We need to land that. The higher gearing makes this a little trickier. I have to pedal back faster than usual. What's just stopping me from doing a 540? Honestly. Yes! Woo! Yes! Yeah! Yes! Oh, that's so good! Woo! Yes! I haven't even pulled a 540 on this bike since December. I'm still actually trying to process what just happened. So I decided I was gonna try to 360 fakie on this, and because my gearing is so much higher, that means you have to pedal backwards faster, and I slipped out both times I tried the fakie. And then in my head, I was just like, hey, you know, I haven't done a 540 in a long time. The last 540 I did was on BMX. So I was like, why don't I just pull for a 540 on the ramp? Like, the bike's rolling faster, I can pedal in faster, I'll just pull for it. I fully expected in my head to crash, and I just landed that first go. I spun more in place than I've ever done. I didn't really transfer. I was higher than the coping. I am mind blown right now. I'm still coming down off of that rush. These gloves are incredible. I'm riding with these gloves every day for the rest of my life. Whatever juice is in these Alpine Star gloves, you need that juice. I was not even thinking about doing a 540 today. This bike is incredible. This wheel is incredible. This day is incredible. I cannot believe today, on a day where the ground's wet, it's rolling slow, and I just pulled 540 for the first time. That has blown my mind. Oh, I don't even know how to express myself with that one. That was a little too good. So we're gonna do some more relaxed riding with this. I need to really chill myself out after that one. Wow. Thank you guys for watching. I really cannot process what I just did. That was a little too good. That was a nice toboggan. This dirt jump's gonna be really muddy. Maybe I can get it one run in good enough to no-hander. Hope the landing's good. Oh, check out how great these gloves are. I can go to my GoPro app, use it all with my phone. I can go to my GoPro. Sure, I can catch a bar. Today's the day. Oh, That was the tiniest hot bar spin I've ever done. That's incredible. Today's the best biking day ever. I don't know what's been going on today. I don't know what that tornado brought. I haven't done a 540 in 2 months, and somehow I did it first try today, and I haven't landed a little miniature hot bar that tiny since I was 15 years old. And the last time I even attempted it, I hurt my pinky really badly. Had to get x-rayed. I cannot top that, guys. That's like the pinnacle of my riding. So we're just gonna have to put the bike down. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's the gloves because I wasn't paid to say this, but man, I mean, I just gotta take a second and lay down here in these beautiful yellow flowers. Guys, I hope y'all have been having as great of a day as I have. This is so good. Take this view in, yellow flowers, blue skies, sun is shining, ramp is right over there. My gloves are doing great. I'm not sure how else we should test them. How else can I test a pair of bike riding gloves without riding my bike? So I know this is a thing that everyone who rides mountain bikes has experienced. You're out riding with your buddies and they're like, hey, film this, take a picture of this. You don't really want to take your gloves off your hands every time you pick up a camera or something to take a video of someone's trick. So since I have a new wheel on my bike, I need an excuse to go take photos of it with a new wheel, and I'm gonna try wearing these gloves while I take pictures of my bike. Put the bike right in the back, got that beautiful spank rim, throw the cameras in and we're set. We're gonna be taking photos of the bike right there with these gloves on, and my camera's in here. So the first test is how well can you open up a bag and get your camera out. So far it's working pretty well. That went easily. I can operate the zippers, I can do everything. Obviously we have a little tiny switch right there. We can flip it with these gloves so we can dial in to our focal length that we want, and then everything's kind of set. I have a good feel of the shutter button. I can click a photo just like that. Let's take some photos of this bike. This should be pretty fun. Oh, look at this. We are filming from one camera into another camera, taking photos. That's pretty cool. And everything's being done with the gloves, and it's actually working quite well. I think that is a success. And then once you're done snapping all the cool photos, taking all the cool videos of your friends, you can pack your camera right up, put the lens cap back on, and then take it and throw it right back in your bag. And then just like that, you can go right back to riding with the same gloves you had on. You just keep these on. I think these are pretty awesome. I was actually being very serious about all the tests I did today because like I said, when I put my gear on, I don't really want to have to keep taking it on and off, especially if you get sweaty. It's kind of hard and kind of frustrating to do that. So these gloves are definitely gonna be staying in my riding gear. I really like them. They feel great to ride bikes with. I did some crazy tricks on that bike with these gloves on. I don't think they actually helped me all that much, but it's good to see they didn't hinder me in any way. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, tell me how you test out your riding gear, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Uh-oh, my shoe came untied. I wonder if I can tie that. Let me see. Ha, look at that. It works.